I apologize. Anyway, most of you, I'm sure, know that our original Christmas tree is passed on this year, and the city had come together and put up this gigantic Christmas tree for us to be in awe with. So we're really excited what it's going to look like when they turn it on tonight. So anyway, this tradition has been going on for many years, since 1979, and we don't want this tradition to end. So thank you for celebrating this year's Christmas. And we want to thank our Parks and Rec department. They worked their little tushies off building this tree, taking care of all the lush that you see here, this beautiful lawn, all the trees, not only here but every park in our community. They work hard, they're happy to do it, and I just can't thank them enough for helping me tonight. So let's have our mayor, Mr. Sheehy, come up, and he's going to read to us the night before Christmas.
Good evening, Lake Havasu City, and Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you for being out here tonight. As Tracy said, I am Mayor Cal Sheehy, and it's my pleasure to welcome you out to the annual Christmas tree lighting. I would like to thank Tracy and Steve Greeley from Radio Central, who have put on this event tonight. So thank you so much to Radio Central for all of your efforts. I would also like to recognize Supervisor Borelli, who's here with District 3 from Mojave County. Supervisor, thank you so much for joining us. And then my colleague, David Diaz, Councilmember David Diaz. Thank you for being here, Councilmember. All right, so as Tracy had mentioned, this is the 46th annual lighting of the tree ceremony. And a big thank you again to Radio Central for continuing to host this wonderful tradition and for helping to keep the meaning of the season alive in our community. This time of the year reminds us of the joy that comes from giving and the importance of spreading kindness, warmth, and cheer to our families, our neighbors, and everyone throughout our city. Before I read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," I want to share the story that brought us all here tonight and how this tradition continues to grow. Back in 1979, just 1 year after Lake Havasu City Incorporated, a man named Ed Frederico decided that our young community needed the magic of Christmas. With the help of his friend and business partner, Jim Carr, he traveled to Phoenix and he hauled a 25-foot tree and planted it right here in Wheeler Park. What followed was a true community effort with businesses, organizations, families, neighbors, all coming together to create the very first tree lighting ceremony. And just like we'll do in a few moments, more than 46 years ago, the switch was flipped, the lights came on, and a tradition was born. Earlier this year, many of us gathered to say goodbye to that original Wheeler Park tree after nearly a half a century of standing strong through wind, heat, and countless holiday seasons. It was a heartfelt farewell to a tree that had been part of our community's memories for generations. But that moment wasn't just an ending. It was the beginning of something new. As part of that farewell, it was announced that a brand new Christmas tree will be planted in its place by our Havasu Pioneers. And Tony Aid is here this evening as well. Thank you, Tony, from the Havasu Pioneers. They will be planting another live tree behind us, but not until planting season, which is the fall. So in the meantime, we have the tree that stands behind us. So that tree will take root, it'll flourish, and one day become another symbol of Havasu spirit, carrying forward the legacy that started all of those years ago. And here in Wheeler Park, the beautiful new tree that stands behind me is a symbol of renewal and the next chapter of this beloved tradition. Just as Mr. Frederico planted the first spark of Christmas here, the new tree will carry the magic forward for future generations of Lake Havasu City families at the Main Street Commons on Upper McCulloch beginning next year. That allows us to make room for the new evergreen tree that will be planted behind me. Thank you again for being here tonight and for continuing to make this tradition so meaningful. Mr. Frederico set out to bring Christmas to Lake Havasu City, and as we stand here with our loved ones, we honor his legacy by celebrating what matters most: our family, friendship, and the spirit of giving. And now, It's time for 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, a timeless tale that captures the wonder, excitement, and joy of the season. So the book that I'm reading from, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, was donated to me by Trudy Hernandez with the Mojave Military Museum, and I'm very grateful that she has given this book so we can share it with all of Lake Havasu City. So it's 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon of the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dancer, now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each low hoof. As I drew in my head, was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came, with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of the pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of the eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team he gave a whistle, and away they all flew, down like the dawn of a whistle. And I heard him explain, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Was the night before Christmas. Before we turn on the light, we are going to have Lake Havasu City Fire Department escorting Santa Claus. Will be coming down to join us here as well. So I'd like to give a big thank you first to our Parks and Recreation team that really made all of these things happen, led by Tim, Mark, Aaron, Danny, and of course the entire Parks and Recreation team. Thank you so much for your tireless efforts to make our park system so great and the work we did behind us. If you drove through Lake Havasu while our parks team was putting this up, you know this was no easy feat to put this tree up, and so we really appreciate all of their efforts. Also, Councilmember Moses has joined us as well, so Councilmember Cameron Moses, thank you for joining us and being a part of this, and again, thank you to my Radio Central, the Lake Havasu Fire Department, and all of you for being here today. I believe we're going to have Aubrey come up and join us, and we'll do a countdown to bring the lights up. Tracy is escorting Aubrey. All right, so I will join in just a second, but I'll start the countdown. We'll start at 10. Is 10 good? All right, so if you all could join me, we'll start at 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Beautiful. Merry Christmas, Lake Havasu. If you now watch to my right, your left, you'll see the Lake Havasu City Fire Department escorting Santa Claus to Wheeler Park.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Hello, Grayson! How are you? Awesome! Where's he sitting there walking down by the